This is Nation at 5 with me, Poonam Burde. The big story we're tracking at this hour is the crackdown that seems to be taking place as far as freedom of press is concerned. Australia Today, the website, has now been banned in Canada. This after External Affairs Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, his press briefing with his Australian counterpart Penny Wong was broadcast on this particular website, where they spoke about the free run to Khalistanis in Canada, something that India condemned, that Penny Wong, the Australian Foreign Minister, echoed. When that piece went up on the website of the news organization called Australia Today, Canada then decided to ban this website across the country. Diplomatic tensions between India and Canada have been escalating over the last few months. It has come to a head over multiple issues. Tit-for-tat expulsions of diplomats have taken place as well. That's something that did come up in this press briefing of Mr. S. Jaishankar and his counterpart, his Australian counterpart, Penny Wong. When that press conference was broadcast on Australia Today, Canada then went ahead to clamp down on this website of Australia Today in Canada, which means if you're a Canadian citizen, if you're anyone in Canada and want to access this web page, you won't be able to do so anymore. Siddhant, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Siddhant, this is a complete and outright attack on freedom of press to begin with.
Well, that's right, Poonam. Australia Today is a Australia-based channel. It's basically a diaspora outlet, and perhaps it raises the issues and the concerns of the Indian community living in diaspora. Much respected platform. Even the government of Australia also acknowledges it. The other day, when EM S. Jaishankar did a press conference with the Foreign Minister of Australia, Penny Wong, and the question on the Canada was put up in the press conference, that press conference was broadcasted live by this outlet. And right after that, a few hours after that, the government of Canada banned the website of the Australia Today. Now, in that press conference, Mr. Jaishankar stated India's standard position as far as what's happening in Canada is concerned, the attacks on the Hindu temple and, the allegations that Canada is throwing at India, etc., etc. He was reacting to that. And just because that press conference went viral, it was broadcasted on the platform of Australia Today, it was banned by the government of India. Perhaps it also establishes the tolerance level of the government of Canada, that outlet which has no links with the government of India, which has no, which is not even India based, is Australia based, and perhaps is also acknowledged by the Australian government, which is again a Five Eyes Alliance partners of Canada. The outlet based in Australia has been banned by Canada. Its website has been banned by Canada, and this is a reason that even today, Joint Secretary XP Department, Mr. Ranjit Jaiswal, also reacted on this, and he confirmed that yes, it has been banned, and in fact, he also said that the Indian side condemns what the Canadians have done.
Like you were pointing out, Siddhant, this is an outlet that is meant really for the diaspora in Australia. Australia Today has often highlighted the kind of attacks that take place even in Australia on Indian places of worship, or the free run that Khalistan has been getting to a certain extent in Australia as well. This particular instance over which this ban has come to the fore in Canada is when S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister of India, categorically said that there are political reasons why Khalistanis get a free run in Canada.
Well, absolutely. And it was the first time that Mr. Jaishankar came before media in Australia after the temple attack in Brampton. So this question was put up by journalists in Australia to both Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong and Indian Foreign Minister Jaishankar. And he stated the standard position of India, which he usually states whenever he is asked about Canada at various conclaves and events. And that was reported by the Australia Today, the outlet. It was broadcasted live, and the clippings were also uploaded. And that did not go well with the Canadian government, because Canadian government, perhaps, I don't know, but they might have felt that India is standing next to Australia, which is a Five Eyes Alliance partner, is talking about what is happening in Canada, and perhaps that they have not taken it in a good way. And this is the reason that they decided to ban it. This is not the first time. Before this, also many platforms and the outlets have been banned by the government of Canada. But this particular platform, the Australia Today, the reports on the diaspora, Indian diaspora living in Australia. It has no links with the government of India. It is not India based. It cannot be controlled by the Indian government. Since the press conference was happening, and that press conference was organized by the government of Australia, Mr. Jaishankar is on an official visit to Australia. So since that press conference was broadcasted and uploaded on the website, Canadians didn't like it and they banned the website in Canada.
Like you were pointing out, this particular website or this news outlet does not have anything to do with India. Before I get you in on that, Sushant Sareen, Senior Fellow ORF, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. How do you look at this? I mean, to say the very least, it's a clampdown on free speech. The writing is on the wall for Justin Trudeau and his administration. How much can he try and clamp it down?
Well, I think the Canadian government under the Liberal Party and the Khalistani terror group NDP, led by Jagmeet Singh, they've reached a point where, talking any sense to them or expecting them to do anything sensible is a pointless exercise. I don't think we should have any surprises coming from them or any expectations from them. So, for example, if they can be stupid enough to penalize their own citizens, Canadian citizens who receive pensions from India, and refuse to give security, when those pension programs or programs to examine the papers are concerned, then for them to ban a website means nothing. These are the same guys who talk about Canada being a rule of law country, and for freedom of speech and expression, where freedom of speech and expression for them means hate mongering is freedom of speech, making death threats is freedom of speech. For them, rule of law is that these Khalistani thugs and terrorists can carry, swords and threaten people. They can be firing on people's houses. They can be involved in drug trafficking, from which there are reasons to believe that the Liberal Party and the NDP are funded. These are donors of the Liberal Party and the NDP. So when you have a kind of a narco state in the making, with Justin Trudeau and his Nazi granddaughters, as a minister, and a whole lot of other people in the cabinet who are of that persuasion, what do you expect from them? So it doesn't surprise me at all that they've done something as stupid and as petty as this. I think it's only to be expected from a regime like that.
And it's interesting, isn't it, Sushant Sareen? I mean, this is not an Indian organization or a news outlet that functions out of India. Is in an attempt to try and push down the narrative that's coming in from India, is Justin Trudeau's administration now going forth to try and sour ties with other countries as well? Because the Australian government on many occasions has also spoken about this particular outlet, has spoken about the work they've been doing for the Indian diaspora there.
Look, my own sense is that the Canadian government, or whatever goes for a Canadian government these days, I think they're either very desperate or, they've reached a point of, they've reached a stage where you can't talk any sense to them. So see, here is the problem. These guys keep talking about freedom of speech and expression, right? But what do they do? For them, an Indian newspaper or a foreign newspaper reporting on a particular incident or covering a press conference is actually foreign interference. Now, if these guys don't even understand what foreign interference is all about, what disinformation and misinformation is all about, and simply because Canada is the size of Delhi in terms of population, they think that because India has an overwhelming presence in social media, there is only disinformation and misinformation coming from India or people from the Indian diaspora living in other parts of the world. As though this is some kind of a grand conspiracy being hatched by some people in the Indian government, which is far from the case, because there is no way that you can be talking to the Indian government, can be linking up with hundreds of thousands of people who feel very strongly about the terror links of the Canadian government. But the Canadian government under Trudeau and company actually feels that this is some kind of a sustained propaganda campaign against them. If they are suffering from these kind of hallucinations and delusions, again, I think what they need is psychiatric treatment. Talking just sense to them or talking to them in a diplomatic way is not going to really work with them. It's a pointless exercise.
And decisions like these are only going to make matters worse. Whether they see it or not, that's a different matter altogether. But Sushant Sareen, thank you so much for speaking with us here and sharing your perspective. We are shifting focus now to the drama that's unfolding here in India in Jammu and Kashmir. There was high drama that was witnessed inside the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Remember, elections were just about held. There is a assembly that is in place after about 5 years now, and all we see is disruption and drama. It all started when there was a resolution that was passed on restoration of Article 370 yesterday. Following up today, while comments were being made in the assembly, we had Engineer Rashid's brother hold up a banner that spoke about restoration of Article 370 that irked some of the BJP MLAs, who then came out and involved in fisticuffs. They came to blows and had to be marshalled out of the assembly. Those protests continued outside the assembly as well, with BJP leaders hitting the streets against the NC Congress government, accusing them of taking an anti-national stand by wanting to restore Article 370.
विडंबना तो ये है कि जिस प्रकार से स्पीकर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के एजेंट के रूप में वहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं, उससे माहौल ख़राब हुआ। ना तो कोई स्पेशल स्टेटस मिलेगा, ना कोई मिलने वाला है। ये इतिहास बन चुका है। और 1953 में इन्होंने जो प्रयास किया था नेहरू और शेख अब्दुल्ला की गलतियों के कारण से, उसका खामियाजा इनको भुगतना पड़ा था। 18 साल उसको जेल में रहना पड़ेगा था। ये उसी तरह का हालात बनाना चाहते हैं। अगर इस तरह की कोई भी कोशिश की गई तो इतिहास दोहराया जाएगा।
आज एक अहम बात हुई कि बीजेपी लगातार हाउस फंक्शन करने नहीं दे रही है।
वो कैसे करने देगी? नहीं करने देगी, क्योंकि उनको जो जिन व्यापारियों के कहने पे वो यहाँ हाउस में बैठे हुए हैं, वो व्यापारी बोल रहे हैं 370 स्पेशल स्टेटस जम्मू कश्मीर में नहीं आना चाहिए। क्यों स्पेशल स्टेटस नहीं आना चाहिए? क्योंकि अगर वो व्यापारी जो बैठे हैं उनकी इंडस्ट्रियाँ खत्म हो जाएगी, वो माइनिंग खत्म हो जाएगी, वो शराब घोटाला खत्म हो जाएगा, वो ठेकेदारी सिस्टम खत्म हो जाएगा। इसलिए ये बीजेपी के एमएलए नहीं है, ये उन अमीर लोगों के भेजे हुए कुछ लोग हैं जो यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं।
सुंदर जी, जिस तरीके से लगातार नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की कोशिश कर रही है कि असेंबली जारी रहनी चाहिए,
तो बिल हाउस में पास इनको ये नहीं पता कि कानूनी और गैर कानूनी क्या होता है। मेरे भाई, गैर कानूनी उस दिन था जो जिस दिन जम्मू कश्मीर का स्पेशल स्टेटस महाराजा हरि सिंह का दिया हुआ, इन्होंने एक बंदे से साइन करके हटा दिया। हमने रेजोल्यूशन हाउस में पास किया है, डंके की चोट पे किया है। अगर इनमें दम था तो कल रोक के देख रहे हैं। इसलिए ये गैर कानूनी नहीं है जो हाउस में ये कर रहे हैं, ये गैर कानूनी है।
उसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे?
ये बदकिस्मती है। जो लोग यहाँ पे कहते हैं हम डिसिप्लिन पार्टी हैं, यही डिसिप्लिन है। लीडर ऑफ दी अपोजिशन चेयर पे खड़ा, स्पीकर साहब बैठे हैं, वो टेबल पे खड़े हैं, इन्होंने टेबल तोड़े, कुर्सियां तोड़ी, बदतमीजी की, और ये कहते हैं डिसिप्लिन वाले। अगर सही ये इस जम्मू कश्मीर के इतिहास में और हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास में ये हम लोग हैं जो डेमोक्रेसी को मजबूत करना चाहते हैं, जो हम लोग हैं जो हिंदुस्तान को मजबूत करना चाहते हैं, ये हम लोग हैं जो भारत माता को मजबूत करना चाहते हैं। ये वो लोग हैं जो ना भारत माता के, ना देश के, ना किसी और के, ये सिर्फ अपने आप के।
What does this fresh resolution talk about?
I think we have supported the yesterday's resolution. Any move against the 5th August will support it. But unfortunately, ambiguously, it was written that, let's hold dialogue for restoration of special status. So what we are seeking is one very clarity, to condemn the 5th August move done by BJP in the parliament. And second, to seek the restoration of 370, Article 370, 35A and special status of Jammu and Kashmir in its original pristine form. यही दो मेन पॉइंट्स हैं जिन पे हमने रेजोल्यूशन लाया है, बिकॉज दिस हाउस रिफ्लेक्ट्स द विल ऑफ पीपल, सो वी होप देयर इज नो एम्बिग्यूटी एंड देयर इज नो स्पेस फॉर कंफ्यूजन, एंड दिस इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन व्हाट द पब्लिक मूड in Jammu and Kashmir is today. So we have put a resolution to this honorable speaker और हमें उम्मीद है कि वो उसकी नोटिस भी लेंगे, उसको टेबल भी करेंगे कल के दिन में, और इस रेजोल्यूशन को नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस पास करे तो we'll support them also.
Second question is that today we saw a lot of confrontation happening and the BJP is not letting the house function. They're protesting against yesterday's resolution, saying it should be taken back. How do you see that in coming days the house will function? Will it be able to function like this?
BJP politics करे इस पे, and there is a fixed match between two parties. They send a vague resolution और बीजेपी के चीफ स्पोक्सपर्सन ने कल शाम को उस रेजोल्यूशन की तारीफें की है। What we are saying to national conference, you have 50 MLAs and you have the majority today on the floor. ये ड्राफ्ट है, इसको एक्सेप्ट करिए। हम नहीं बोलते हमारा रेजोल्यूशन लीजिए, बट कंडेम 5th of August and seek restoration of 370, 35A. इसमें लिखने में उनको दिक्कत क्यों है? अगर उनको लगता है उनके रेजोल्यूशन में हमारे रेजोल्यूशन में फ़र्क ही नहीं है, एंड वी आर फाइटिंग फॉर द सेम कॉज, वी आर विद देम, 7-8 लोग हम भी हैं, हम उनके साथ है. दे क्लियरली दे शुड आर्टिकुलेट दैट Jammu and Kashmir people have not accepted 5th August and they want restoration of 370, 35A special status in its original format.
संविधान की कस्में खाते हुए कल भारतीय संविधान का गला घोटने का दुस्साहस इंडी अलायंस ने जम्मू कश्मीर में किया. जम्मू कश्मीर के वो दृश्य जिसमें भारत के संविधान की धज्जियां उड़ाते हुए आदिवासी अधिकारों, दलितों के अधिकारों और महिलाओं के अधिकारों का हनन करने का दुस्साहस कांग्रेस लेड इंडिया अलायंस ने जो किया, एक जागृत भारत उस दुस्साहस को बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा. आज मैं इंडिया अलायंस के नेताओं से पूछना चाहती हूं कि भारत की पार्लियामेंट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो निर्णय सबको मान्य है, उस निर्णय का अपमान, उस निर्णय की अवहेलना करने का अधिकार कांग्रेस को, एनसी को देश में किसने दिया?
Ishan, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more perspective. Ishan, this was a special session of the JNK Assembly. We saw the resolution being passed yesterday and complete chaos that ensued today. Are we expecting any business to be done if this is the kind of reactions we see every time someone says something that the other person does not like in the Assembly?
Well, BJP has made it pretty clear that they won't let the function, they will let the assembly function at least till the resolution is taken back. But the resolution has been passed and it seems like the National Conference and those who have supported the bill are in no mood to take the resolution back. They have been protesting since yesterday when the resolution was brought in by the National Conference, a surprising move for the BJP as well, because BJP thought there will be a vote of thanks for the Lieutenant Governor. And certainly a resolution like this was passed, and then, uproar has been continuing by the BJP. They're protesting inside the house and outside the house as well. And today when the MLA Langate, Sheikh Khurshid, who is the brother of AIP leader and the MP from North Kashmir, Engineer Rashid, took out a banner, the large banner where he has written that they are against Abolition of Article 370 and should be returned. The BJP leaders came into action. They started coming into the well of the house, and then that banner was snatched, wherein other leaders like Sajad Lone and Wahid Para also came in and also started to take this banner out of the BJP leader's hand. But eventually BJP was able to tear it down. Later on there was again a war of war that broke out. The BJP leaders then, while the speaker was trying to calm them down, came again in the well, to which the speaker asked them that they should be marshalled out. And later on, a couple of them were marshalled out. Some of them have suffered injuries. But the BJP is very clear that this particular resolution that has been passed is against the decision that the government of India has taken, and any such changes that can be made by the government of India. And the Assembly is not so much empowered, so it is about fooling the people of Jammu and Kashmir by bringing this resolution. For the National Conference, the game done. The promise that they have made that they will bring a resolution in the Assembly as soon as it starts, the promise has been fulfilled and the larger messaging is done. Though there's a problem that the PDP and the political parties are not happy, and they are going to bring another resolution where they're specifically talking about 35 and 370, and that will be interesting tomorrow. And tomorrow is the last day. It's a brief session where the Lieutenant Governor was going to speak, and then there was a vote of thanks towards the Lieutenant Governor that everyone was going to speak, but that hasn't happened. So you will see the last day tomorrow might have also similar kind of ruckus that takes place, where the other political party leaders, including the BJP, will exchange war of words with the National Conference of the political parties.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how it all transpires tomorrow on the last day. But is this just about political pandering to their respective voter bases? Is that what it boils down to? Then is that not waste of resources, precious resources that the taxpayer pays for? Ishan, do stay on with us. Some more reactions coming in. Let's listen.
मुझे नहीं लगता है कि इसमें ब्रीच ऑफ प्रिविलेज है, ब्रीच ऑफ अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. पहली बात है कि असेंबली पहली दफा बनी 10 साल के बाद, यूटी में बनी, और यूटी में जो लोगों की नुमाइंदगी कर रहे हैं, अगर उन्होंने अपना ये बताया है कि चूंकि 2019 में जो फैसला लिया वो जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों के हित के नहीं है, वो उसके खिलाफ है, तो राइट है ना असेंबली को कि वो अपना इजहार करे रेजोल्यूशन के जरिए कि आपने 2019 में जो फैसला लिया वो लोगों के हित में नहीं है. उसके ऊपर डिबेट हो भी रही है और हो भी सकती है आने वाले वक्त में. हमें भी मालूम है मजबूरी है, लेकिन अगर बीजेपी का ये कहना है कि हम इसको हटा सकते हैं, तो जो बनी हुई असेंबली है वो ये कह सकती है कि ये जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों के हित में नहीं है, तो इसमें क्या रुकावट है?
जो विधानसभा में पारित किया गया वो गैर कानूनी है, असंवैधानिक है और ये राष्ट्रद्रोह है। राष्ट्रद्रोह कांग्रेस पार्टी ने और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की सरकार ने पाकिस्तान आतंकवादियों और अलगाववादियों के एजेंडे को जम्मू कश्मीर में पुनः जीवित करने की एक कोशिश और साजिश की है। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस मंसूबे को, इस राष्ट्रद्रोही मंसूबे और इस साजिश को हम कभी कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे। विधानसभा के अंदर और विधानसभा के बाहर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस और कांग्रेस की हम ईंट से ईंट बजा देंगे। भारत देश के तिरंगे झंडे का अपमान करके यहां दोबारा से दूसरे झंडे को कांग्रेस पार्टी लाने की कोशिश और साजिश कर रही है।
Shifting focus now to another story that revolves around Jammu and Kashmir but puts the Congress party in a spot. Yasin Malik's wife has now written to Rahul Gandhi asking him to intervene on her husband's behalf to initiate a debate in the parliament as the leader of opposition. Mushal Malik has now appealed to the Congress MP to say that Yasin Malik could be an agent of change. He could bring peace in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is this government that is traumatizing him, that is tormenting him inside jail on a sedition case that has been going on for decades. Now, this letter has only armed the BJP to put the Congress in a dock that has raked up former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's meeting with Yasin Malik as well, pointing to what they claim is tango with terror that the Congress often plays.
क्या आपको ये जानकर आश्चर्य नहीं हो रहा कि जिन्होंने आतंक मचाया जम्मू कश्मीर में, बेगुनाहों की जानें ली, यूनिफॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान के पर्सनेल को मौत के घाट उतारा, वो सहारे और सहयोग के लिए गांधी परिवार की ओर हाथ बढ़ा रहे हैं? इस सभागार में जितने नागरिक आज इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को देख रहे हैं, देश के हर मीडिया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का पत्रकार है, कैमरा पर्सन है, साउंड पर्सन, टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट है। हम में से कोई भी हिंदुस्तानी क्या किसी आतंकवादी या आतंकवाद के समर्थन में कही हुई बात का समर्थन करेंगे? क्या किसी भी आतंकवादी का इतना साहस होगा कि आप में से किसी हिंदुस्तानी को संपर्क करके कहे भाई मेरी बात पहुंचा दो देश की संसद में? नहीं, क्योंकि वो भी जानते हैं कि आपके लिए आपका देश सर्वोपरि है। तो ऐसा क्या है कि आतंक फैलाने वाले अब कांग्रेस से सहारा मांग रहे हैं?
कांग्रेस का हाथ हमेशा टेररिस्ट के साथ, even the family members of terrorists like Yasin Malik know this. Yasin Malik was a convicted terrorist, convicted in the murder of IAF officers, convicted in many cases, involved in the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus. His wife writes a letter to Rahul Gandhi saying that his issue should be raised in parliament by Rahul Gandhi. She has so much faith and confidence in Rahul because she knows that Rahul Gandhi and Congress always lend an ear to the cause of terrorists. They know that they are against Kashmiri Hindus, and therefore Rahul Gandhi till now has not even come out and outrightly rejected this. Even when the SFJ wrote a support letter to Rahul Gandhi and Congress, they have not rejected that letter. So in Modi Virod now, they will stand with the elements who are anti-India, who have taken part in the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus.
Ishan continues to be with us, getting us more perspective on this. Ishan, any reaction from the Congress, at least locally, over this letter that has been written by Mushal Malik, an appeal coming to the fore for Rahul Gandhi?
Well, not any. We try to speak to them, but they are staying silent. We try to speak them off camera. They're saying that they don't have any knowledge about the letter. But clearly, letter says that they want Rahul Gandhi's intervention in this matter. And that has put Congress in a fix. That why was the letter written to Rahul Gandhi? Why wasn't the letter written to the President of India or any other, person who is generally where if you have to seek any pardon for any acts that you have done, it's generally procedure is followed. But since it was Rahul Gandhi's involvement, that's why the BJP and other leaders are questioning. So why was the letter really written to Rahul Gandhi and he should come clear? While the Congress internally says that it's a political, way of trying to bring the Congress down, as elections are going on. But at the same time, the BJP is completely trying to, corner the Congress party over this issue. Mashal has been silent all along, but now she has again started to write letters. She has also posted a video of her daughter, where they're saying that they appeal to the United Nations, the USA, apart from this letter that has been written independently, that his father or his father should be released from the jail. Remember, he's convicted, and he's been convicted in killing of Indian Air Force personnel, and then also in the abduction of Rubiya Saeed, the daughter of Mufti Mohammad Saeed, former Home Minister. He is serving charges, and the proceedings are going on. But India has made it clear that anyone who's involved in such criminal acts, he wouldn't be spared, and particularly for spreading militancy and for killing people.
Right, Ishan, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Moving on now to clarification that has come to the fore from Rahul Gandhi after an editorial that he wrote about monopolies and businesses having to suffer. Now Rahul Gandhi has issued a clarification. He says that after my article, many Playfair businesses are telling me that a senior minister has been calling and forcing them to say good things on social media about Prime Minister Modi and this government's programs. Proves my point exactly. Pallavi, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Pallavi, after that controversial East India barb that Rahul Gandhi made, a clarification coming from him, but what prompted it?
Well, I mean, see, I think the Congress party also understands, just as Rahul Gandhi himself does, which is why the first clarification came in during the day when he said that he has not, he has a lot of regard and respect as far as the business houses are concerned. What he's opposed to is the monopoly of the entire corporate sector in the hands of one or two. That is what he says I have an objection to. But now the allegation he's making is huge, and it will be very significant to see what kind of a rebuttal comes in from the BJP. Here he's saying that he's getting calls from many of the corporate sector where they seem to be suggesting to Rahul Gandhi that we are also coming under pressure now to come and praise the Prime Minister. But clearly the Congress party and the need for Rahul Gandhi to issue clarifications and make one statement after another also comes with it the realization that up ahead of elections in a state like Maharashtra, which is seen as a business hub or financial hub of our country, and also the fact that, Congress ruled states do require private sector investment. You cannot come across as a political party which seems to be against the private sector or the corporate culture. So that need for clarification, therefore, can be explained in this context.
It's interesting how the Congress party is reacting to this because, like you said, Maharashtra elections are impending. It is a financial hub. Also because the Aghadi there, the part of which the Congress is, they have been on multiple occasions accused the BJP or the NDA government there of letting businesses leave the state of Maharashtra and go to other states. Pallavi?
Private sector investments, people are going to be going away. Not just this, I mean, whether it's the Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena faction, whether it is a Sharad Pawar's NCP, they are known to be very corporate friendly in terms of encouraging private sector development as well. Now, to be a part of a narrative pushed by Rahul Gandhi is going to make them feel very uncomfortable.
Right, Pallavi, do stay on with us. Reactions are pouring in as far as Rahul Gandhi's that editorial and that East India barb that came to the fore for some royal families. Now we have Maharaja Samarjit Singh Gaikwad of Baroda also reacting to this entire controversy. He says a sweeping statement has been made by Rahul Gandhi, and that attempts to deride the generational contribution of rulers in pre-independence India. Rahul Gandhi indicates his own lack of understanding of the Indian history is a comment that has now come to the fore from another royal family. Pallavi, this is in line with what we saw former royal families come out and say, including Jyotiraditya Scindia and now the Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan as well.
Yes, I mean, you also saw what Jairam Ramesh, of course, took a pot shot at Jyotiraditya Scindia. But clearly, the people who belong to royal families are very upset for the kind of negative painting of their contribution or to their legacy. Politically speaking, Diya Kumari, the Deputy CM of Rajasthan, Jyotiraditya Scindia, the Union Minister, all of them have attacked Rahul Gandhi. But now it is also interesting as Payal is also putting out coming in from Rahul Gandhi that those who belong to the princely sector or those who belong to royal families are looked upon as being against the national interest or against the idea of others.
Right, Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Time for a quick break here on this edition of Nation at 5, but news and updates continue on CNN News 18. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us here on Nation at 5 on CNN News 18. The showdown over Waqf boards in Karnataka allegedly grabbing lands of farmers is only escalating here on. There is a JPC, remember, that is also deliberating on the Waqf Amendment Bill. The chairman of this JPC, Jagdambika Pal, is in Karnataka. He went to Hubli to meet the affected farmers, then went to Vijaypura to meet the farmers there who have alleged that Waqf board has been unilaterally making changes and additions to their land revenue records, and that the district administration is in cahoots with the Waqf board. Now, while the state government on its part had come out and said that all of these mutations will be reviewed, all of them would be changed and no farmer's land would be taken back, there is yet to be change that is yet to be seen on ground, which is only arming the BJP.
Do you think the JPC can ensure justice to the farmers? The Congress is ensuring that the JPS only has BJP members and not members across parties.
We don't believe in blame and game. I am a chairman of JPC. It is constituted by the Honorable Speaker of the Parliament. We are not involved in any politics. I have come here only just to meet the aggrieved farmers. Those farmers, those who are cultivating land, and now overnight, all of a sudden, if now Waqf board is going to claim, that's why we have come.
Have been received so far in Hubballi and Vijaypura.
In Hubballi, more than 1,000 farmers have met the JPC chairperson. More than 70 separate farmer representations have been given. In Vijaypura, like you were seeing, thousands of farmers have gathered at the protest site. We are already receiving multiple calls from farmers in Belagavi. Thousands of acres of farmers' lands have either been served notices by the Waqf board or without any due procedure or process, they have already been transferred into the name of the Waqf. This is the reality in Karnataka today. And the matter is so grave that you are seeing organically thousands of people coming onto the streets and agitating. All of these issues will be presented before the JPC. The chairperson himself has come to understand the problem in greater detail. And while the JPC will prepare the report, all of these instances, all of these representations will come in handy.
So, some of the leaders within your party have also expressed that they should abolish the act entirely. So, what would the government stance be? What would the party stance be? Would it be look to just amend the bill or entirely abolish?
The bill has already been presented. The JPC is examining various amendments of the bill. The representations by the farmers' organizations have also been received. Appropriate decisions will be taken.
ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದು ಸಮಿತಿ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಕೇಳದೆ ಅವರೊಬ್ಬರೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಬರೋಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸದಸ್ಯರೊಬ್ಬರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಕ್ಷೇಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ದುರುದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
This is all a political drama. Since the election is there, they are no way connected. It is a state land, is a state subject. BJP themselves had started this in 2000, 2019. All they had given notices. Even in Dharwad also they had given notices. It is the continuation of that. But my government is committed. We will not change any record. We will all rectify it. We don't want to affect any farmers. This is all started by BJP. And they are trying to put the blame on us. We don't mind. The JPC doesn't have any powers to enter. For their political purpose, they might have come. It is not an officially designated JPC.
This is the first time in the history of Karnataka. A sitting chief minister is appearing before Lokayukta. And already people are saying it's a hogwash. See, if you see the tour program of CM, he says I will appear before Lokayukta at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock I will go for Chanpatna canvas. So he is only fixing time. That means Lokayukta is soft kid gloves, they are using kid gloves to CM. So it's all set up drama. We can't get any justice because till today Lokayukta has not gone in depth, not taken anybody in custody, not to inquire, nothing has been done, no raids have been taken.
Ma'am, do you have faith? The government has assured that all the notices will be withdrawn and all the RTC mutations will take place at the earliest. Why are the protests still going on then?
We are protesting against state government. गैर कानूनी तरीके से वक्फ अदालत बना के जमीर अहमद खान ने अधिकारियों को दबाव डाल के धमकी दे के नोटिस दिया है। नोटिस देने के बाद सब किसानों परेशान है। वक्फ अदालत बनाने के लिए कानूनी नहीं है। अभी जेपीसी होने के बाद वक्फ कानून का अमेंडमेंट बिल का बात होने के बाद लोकसभा में कर्नाटका का कांग्रेस सरकार डर गए हैं क्योंकि उसको लग रहा है मुसलमान का क्या होगा। वो हिंदुओं के बारे में सोचते नहीं है, केवल मुसलमानों के बारे में सोच रहे हैं। ये क्या है? हमारे लिए एक कानून एंड एक कम्युनिटी के लिए, एक धर्म के लिए दूसरा कानून। हम बोल रहे थे कश्मीर में 2 विधान 2 प्रधान 2 संविधान नहीं चलेगा, अभी भी चल रहे हैं। ऐसा कानून इधर चल रहा है। ये पूरा का पूरा लैंड जिहाद है, लैंड टेररिज्म है, एंटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है। इसके खिलाफ हम लड़ रहे हैं इधर।
Not a parliamentary committee, it is a BJP committee. If it's a joint parliamentary committee, where are the other members? What is a former MP doing in that committee meeting? What is other MPs who have no connection with the JPC doing in that meeting? Where are the other MPs from other parties? A joint parliamentary committee means the committee members should come. This is nothing but a BJP sponsored committee that has come today.
मानते हैं कि सरकार भरोसा दे रहे हैं हम सब
ये
नोटिस
सरकार का भरोसे के ऊपर हमारा विश्वास नहीं है, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी दे हैव इश्यूड द नोटिस टू द अवर फार्मर्स, बट आफ्टर दिस इलेक्शन दे सी दिस इज द स्टंट ऑफ द midterm elections in assembly. After the election again they may can issue the notices. Because of all these things I have no विश्वास on गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर हमारा विश्वास नहीं है। ये गवर्नमेंट बहुत डेंजर है। अभी देखो कितने कांग्रेस legislatures also they are protesting against the government. It's a very विचित्र है ये बहुत। They are also wanted to support us. इसके लिए हमको सरकार के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं है। जो भी विश्वास अगर फार्मर्स का विश्वास अगर आप लेने चाहते हैं तो 74 में जो नोटिफिकेशन हो गए वो कैंसल होना चाहिए। कैंसल हो गए तो ये पूरा बंद हो जाएगा। जो वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी बेसिकली है, किसी के ऊपर को पेपर में है वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी, उसके लिए बोला है। क्या सारे रैतों का लेने के लिए अब कभी नहीं बोला बीजेपी। और देखो जितना ये कर्नाटक में वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी एनक्रोचमेंट हो गया, किसी हिंदू लोगों का नहीं किया है, सारे किया है। ये माइनॉरिटी लोगों ने वो एनक्रोचमेंट किया है। बहुत दुखी का बात है।
सबको भी एक ही कानून है, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का ये ला है ना, सबको भी एक ही होना चाहिए। इसलिए देयर आर सो मेनी है। वो चेयरमैन आपको इधर वास्तव क्या है वो देखने का, कोई बाद में क्या देने का, कैसे देने का। ये 25 से सेशन चल रही, क्या क्या चलने का सब।
अब किसानों के बाद कर्नाटका कांग्रेस के विधायक भी जान गए हैं कि वक्फ किस प्रकार से लैंड ग्रैबिंग करता है और कांग्रेस पार्टी किस प्रकार से वक्फ के इस लैंड ग्रैबिंग कब्जा मानसिकता को संरक्षण दे रही है। और वो खुद अपने नेतृत्व को चेता रहे हैं, बोल रहे हैं कि वक्फ के साथ इस प्रकार से खड़ा होना ये बहुत ही गलत बात है, क्योंकि इसमें किसानों को और जो बाकी लोग जिनकी ज़मीन पर अतिक्रमण करता है वक्फ, वो लोग आज बहुत परेशान हैं। हमने देखा कि कर्नाटका में विजयपुरा में कैसे किसानों की ज़मीन वक्फ को दे दी गई। अभी वक्फ जो है वो 53 पुराने मॉन्यूमेंट्स को भी क्लेम कर रहा है। मतलब ये जो वक्फ की कब्जा करने की मानसिकता है, उसको संरक्षण जिस प्रकार से कर्नाटका कांग्रेस और कांग्रेस पार्टी देती है, इसकी वजह से आज वहाँ की जनता खड़ी हो चुकी है।
मैं भारतीय किसान संघ का दायित्व वाला आदमी हूँ। मेरा पड़ोसी में अगल बगल के बहुत लोगों का ऐसा अन्याय हो गया है और पूजा स्थल का भी एक्वायर किया उन्होंने और एक तीसरा लिस्ट भी बना दिया उन्होंने। अब बोल रहे बीजापुर में 1200 एकड़, 1600 एकड़, आगे इसका 2100 एकड़ भी हो सकता है। इतना जानकार है हमारे लिए। इसलिए हम क्या कहते हैं, ये ऐसा अधूरी किसानों के लिए मत मारने के लिए अधूरी काम ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। इसलिए जेपीसी क्यों लगा है, जेपीसी में इसका हम जेपीसी के बात करेंगे, प्रेसिडेंट से बात करेंगे, उसको प्रैक्टिकल क्या है, इन्होंने क्या कर रहे हैं, वो उसको हम कन्विंस करेंगे। वो कन्विंस करने के बाद हमारा जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट कमेटी का रिपोर्ट देंगे, सेशन में बुलाएंगे ना, जॉइंट सेशन में वो तय होकर कानून बनाए तो अच्छा होता है। इसलिए हम फाइट कर रहे हैं।
Welcome back. You're watching Nation at 5, and a controversy has erupted in poll-bound Maharashtra now, where the BJP is upping the ante against the Congress party a day after the Congress released its manifesto and made 5 promises. But during that public meeting, Rahul Gandhi waved a red book, the Constitution. That has now triggered a massive political fight, with the BJP claiming that the cover of this constitution, the color of it has been changed to red, which goes on to show that the Congress stands with urban Naxals. That's a comment that came to the fore from Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis. The BJP also alleged that the constitution copy that was distributed in this public meeting of Rahul Gandhi was empty and there was no content inside. The Congress hit right back at the BJP, accusing them of defaming Rahul Gandhi and the Grand Old Party.
राहुल गांधींची जी अनास्था काल पाहायला मिळाली आणि मी परवा जो आरोप केला होता तो खरा ठरला. ते लाल पुस्तक घेऊन या ठिकाणी संविधानाचा गौरव करू इच्छित नाही, तर त्यांच्या सोबत असलेले जे अर्बन नक्षल आहेत हे सगळं नाटक आणि नौटंकी त्यांनी केली आहे. संविधानाचा रोज अपमान ते करतायत आणि या ठिकाणी खऱ्या अर्थानं आजपर्यंत ज्या प्रकारे काँग्रेसने भारतरत्न डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकरांचा अपमान केला, संविधानाचा अपमान केला, आता त्यांच्या या नौटंकीला कोणीच भुलणार नाही.
जम्मू कश्मीर में पहली बार 370-35 से हटने के बाद संविधान बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर जी का पूर्ण तरीके से लागू हुआ है, जिस पर शपथ भी ली गई है और वाल्मीकि समाज को अपना अधिकार पहली बार मिला है. क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी जो इस सरकार की सहयोगी है, समर्थक है, क्या वो आम्बेडकर जी का संविधान नहीं चाहती जम्मू कश्मीर में? भारत जोड़ो का नाम लेकर भारत तोड़ो की राजनीति करते हैं. और क्या वाल्मीकि समाज को आरक्षण मिला है, उनका अधिकार मिला है, तो इसके खिलाफ है राहुल गांधी. आज राहुल गांधी को बताना चाहिए कि जो उनके फैमिली फ्रेंड रेजोल्यूशन ला रहे हैं, फैमिली फर्स्ट वाला रेजोल्यूशन, क्या वो उसके साथ है या नेशन फर्स्ट के साथ है?
कल जो है नागपुर में राहुल गांधी ने जो है एक सभा ली थी जिसमें उसे संविधान की किताब दिखाई थी. संविधान की किताब में खाली पन्ने थे. क्या कहेंगे आप?
ये संविधान के पन्ने खाली करने का सबसे पहले शुरुआत अगर हुई या संविधान को बदलने की शुरुआत जो है उन्हीं के दादा ने, पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने शुरुआत की थी. सबसे पहले 1951 के अंदर संविधान में सबसे पहला जब संशोधन आया, उसके बाद जब इमरजेंसी आपातकाल इस देश के अंदर लगाया, उन्होंने संविधान के पन्ने खाली नहीं किए, उन्हें संविधान को उठा करके फेंक दिया. यही लोग संविधान के सबसे बड़े विरोधी हैं और इसीलिए ये लोग जो हैं जिन्होंने संविधान बनाया, डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर को इन लोगों ने जीतने नहीं दिया कांग्रेस की टिकट से. यही वो लोग हैं जो बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर का विरोध करते हैं. हमारी सरकार है जिन्होंने बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर के उनकी जन्म की जगह, पढ़ने की जगह, रहने की जगह, सब जगह जो है या उनकी दीक्षा भूमि की जगह पंच तीर्थों का निर्माण किया है. तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये संकल्प है, आरक्षण रहेगा. भारतीय जनता पार्टी का संकल्प है, हम संविधान की रक्षा करने वाले, हम उसके सिपाही हैं.
इसके अलावा जो है कल फिर से एक बार नवनीत राणा ने विवादास्पद बयान दिया है. उसका कहना है कि ओवैसी 15 मिनट मांगते, मैं 15 सेकंड मांग रही हूँ. क्या मतलब निकाला जाए इसका?
देखिए, मैं इस तरह की टिप्पणियों पर अपनी को टिप्पणी नहीं देना चाहता. इस तरह के बयानों पर हम सब लोगों को देश की भलाई के लिए, देश को आगे ले जाने के लिए हम सबको मिल करके रहना चाहिए और इस तरह के भड़काऊ बयान किसी को भी नहीं देना चाहिए.
Staying on with Maharashtra, but news now coming in. Ajit Pawar, the Deputy Chief Minister of the state, is now campaigning for Nawab Malik's daughter in Anushakti Nagar. That's what we're given to understand. Nawab Malik is seen with Ajit Pawar at a time when there is a rift over Nawab Malik's candidature between the allies, between the alliance partners of BJP, NCP and the Shinde Sena. Even at such a time, we see Ajit Pawar sharing the stage, sharing that particular platform with Nawab Malik as both of them campaign for Sana Malik in Anushakti Nagar in Mumbai. We'll try and get it.
Ajit Dada, तुम्ही आज नवाबाईंचा आणि सना दीदींचा प्रचारासाठी आलेला आहात. नवाबाईंना उमेदवारी देण्यावरून नाराजी होती. आज तुम्ही तुमच्या येण्याने काय सांगू इच्छिता?
आम्ही या राज्यामध्ये पुन्हा महायुती सत्तेवर येण्याच्या करता
आम्ही कॅन्डिडेट उमेदवार उभे केलेले त्यांचा प्रचार आम्ही त्या ठिकाणी करतोय आणि जर सपोर्ट बघितला तर आम्हाला भरोसा आहे लाडकी बहीण आणि बाकीचे जे काही आम्ही निर्णय घेतले योजना आणल्यात महाराष्ट्राची जनता आम्हाला सपोर्ट करेल कारण आता तुम्ही विचार करा मागच्या वेळेस आम्ही सुरुवात केली तर आम्हाला म्हणले तिजोरी खाली केली कर्जबाजारी केलं महाराष्ट्राला कंगाल केलं आम्ही 3,000 रुपये देताना 45,000 आता ते 3,000 म्हणतात म्हणजे जवळपास 1 लाख कोटीची त्यांनी अनेक योजना केल्या मी तुम्हाला सांगतो 10 वेळेला अर्थसंकल्प सादर केला सगळ्या योजना पूर्ण करायला कमीत कमी दरवर्षी 3 लाख कोटी रुपये लागतील हे माफी ह्याला ग्रॅज्युएट मुलांना नोकरी असं हे सगळं आहे 3 लाख कोटी गेले आणि पगाराला 3-3.5 लाख कोटी गेले कसे करणार हे सगळे फसवेगिरी आहे हे दिशाभूल करताय महाराष्ट्राच्या जनतेची फसवणूक करताय आता प्रचाराचे दिवस राहिलेत फक्त.
That was an exclusive conversation with Ajit Pawar, who's campaigning for Nawab Malik and his daughter. Nawab Malik's candidature on an NCP ticket was what caused rift within the alliance partners. The BJP had categorically said that they will not campaign for Nawab Malik, but they were on board as far as Sana Malik's candidature was concerned. Yasha, my colleague, joins us, getting us more details on this. Yasha, not just Sana Malik, but Ajit Pawar also going on to say that Nawab Malik's candidature also has been put on with a purpose to ensure that the NDA comes to power in as many seats as they contest. There is no going back as far as the NCP is concerned on Nawab Malik.
So there were disputes between the Mahayuti when it comes to the candidature of Sana Malik as well as Nawab Malik. In fact, we saw that in the initial days, a candidate was put forth by the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde faction in both against both Sana Malik as well as Nawab Malik. Now here, of course, we've seen how BJP has not been on the same page as that with NCP regarding candidatures of both of these people, particularly that of Nawab Malik. In fact, we've seen how time and again Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has also mentioned that he would not be okay with considering Nawab Malik as a candidate for Mahayuti. Which is where we've now seen that a candidate has been put in place by Shiv Sena, that is Suresh Patil's candidature is something that both Shiv Sena and BJP are supporting, but Nawab Malik's candidature is against Suresh Patil's candidature. So here, of course, a clear rift between the Mahayuti candidates. There will be a friendly fight between the two. However, in a conversation with CNN News18, we've heard how Nawab Malik said it was not, it's going to be a triangular fight and not a friendly fight. When it comes to Sana Malik also had a Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde candidate against Avinash Rane, which was eventually withdrawn last minute. This clearly means that within Mahayuti the rift continues, but for Sana Malik's candidature is something now that's being supported on the Mahayuti front. Which is why today Ajit Pawar will be contesting, is campaigning for both Sana Malik and Nawab Malik today, to show his support. However, when it comes to Mahayuti, they're not extending support to Nawab Malik because of the past that he had. In fact, even when Nawab Malik was out from jail, he was he at that time had wanted to sit in the same benches as that with the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, but there was a letter that was written by Devendra Fadnavis asking Ajit Pawar to not support Nawab Malik. Yes.
Right, Aisha. Thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Staying with Maharashtra, though, elections are just around the corner. 20th of this month is when Maharashtra votes. 23rd is when results are going to be out, and all parties are making their pitch to woo voters. The Congress yesterday released its manifesto, and they've made 5 guarantees or promises if voted to power. Not just them, of course, it's the Mahavikas Aghadi that is fighting these elections together. Now, these 5 promises have given ammunition to the BJP, a handle to the NDA, going on to say that every other state where these promises have been made, the Congress has not managed to fulfill them, and these promises that are being made here in Maharashtra too will remain unfulfilled.
सिलेंडर की चोट, बेरोजगारी की चोट, सबसे ज्यादा दर्द महाराष्ट्र की महिलाओं को लगता है। इसीलिए हमारी पहली गारंटी महाराष्ट्र की महिलाओं के लिए बैंक अकाउंट में सीधा 3,000 रुपए हर महीने और फ्री बस ट्रैवल पूरे महाराष्ट्र में। जो बाकी गारंटीज हैं उनके बारे में शरद पवार जी, उद्धव ठाकरे जी और खारगे जी आपको बताएंगे। थोड़ा समय आपको।
कांग्रेस का गारंटी पत्र नहीं बल्कि केवल धोखा पत्र है। कांग्रेस जहां जहां भी आई वहां पर उसने वादे तो बड़े किए पर केवल महंगाई, लूट और बर्बादी मचाई। कांग्रेस ने कौन सा वादा पूरा किया? कांग्रेस ने 1,500 रुपए प्रति महिला को देंगे हिमाचल में यह वादा किया था, टॉयलेट पर टैक्स लगा दिया, वहां पर डीजल के दाम बढ़ा दिए, बिजली के दाम बढ़ा दिए। तेलंगाना में भी बड़े बड़े वादे किए थे, वहां पर किस प्रकार से दलित मुख्यमंत्री का वादा किया था, दलित मुख्यमंत्री तो नहीं बनाया। कर्नाटका में 1,200 किसानों ने आत्महत्या कर दी और कर्नाटका में जिस प्रकार की लूट और झूठ की सरकार चल रही है उसी को देखकर अभी खड़गे जी ने बोला कि जो वादा किया है उसको निभाना भी पड़ेगा, केवल वादे करके हम भूल नहीं जा सकते। तो कांग्रेस की गारंटी नहीं, ये केवल नौटंकी है, केवल नकली गारंटी है।
सीएम फेस पे बहुत बात हो रही है महाराष्ट्र में, दोनों कैंप में ही हो रही है, बट आपके कैंप में लोग कहते हैं कि नाना पटोले जी भी सीएम कैंडिडेट हैं अगर कांग्रेस तो सबसे बड़ी पार्टी लड़ी रही है इलेक्शन में, और उद्धव ठाकरे जी का भी अपना क्लेम रहा है सीएम पोस्ट पे। आपको क्या लगता है इसमें कुछ टसल है?
देखो, उद्धव जी हो, शरद पवार जी हो या हम लोगों ने मान लिया है और तय कर लिया है कि महाराष्ट्र से बीजेपी का सुपड़ा साफ करने का। रही सीएम की बात, जो हमारे हाईकमांड सब लोग डिसीजन लेंगे वो हम सबको एक्सेप्ट रहेगा और उसी आधार पे हम लोग महाराष्ट्र में सरकार बनाएंगे।
क्योंकि मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपकी पार्टी सबसे ज्यादा सीटें लड़ रही है, तो ऑफ कोर्स फेस तो आप ही हैं। सीट शेयरिंग में हमने देखा आपने काफी मजबूती से कांग्रेस का पक्ष रखा पूरे अलायंस में।
नहीं, वो तो सभी पार्टियों के नेताओं ने उस तरह का पक्ष रखा है और महाराष्ट्र में कांग्रेस एंटायर महाराष्ट्र में है। हमारे साथी दल उनके अलग अलग एक जोन होते हैं, उसके आधार पर तो स्वाभाविक है कि हमें 2 सीटें ज्यादा मिलेंगी
जी। क्योंकि ऑपोजिशन तो कह रहे हैं, बीजेपी तो कह रही है ना कि एकनाथ शिंदे ही सीएम है हमारे, उन्हीं के साथ लड़ रहे हैं।
कब बोला उन्हें? उनके नेतृत्व में लड़ रहे हैं। उन्हें कहा कि उसके बाद, और अमित शाह जी ने पहले ही कहा कि हमने दे दिया मौका। तो बीजेपी क्या दिखाने के दांत तो खाने के दांत अलग है, वो भी अपना फेस अभी डिक्लेयर नहीं कर सके। अब फडणवीस उनका सीएम का ये होगा, क्योंकि अब देखते बैनर पोस्टर तो वही दिख रहे हैं कि फडणवीस ही फडणवीस दिखा रहे हैं। तो फडणवीस बीजेपी का फेस है, ऐसा लग रहा है। जैसे आपने कहा कि कांग्रेस का फेस आप हो, तो बीजेपी का फेस तो फडणवीस है। तो आखिरी एक उनके बीजेपी के इस पे बैनर पे कहीं एकनाथ शिंदे का फोटो नहीं दिखता। तो इसका मतलब है कि बीजेपी की चाल जो है तो सब जनता के सामने आ चुकी है।
A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to Race for the White House, where we are coming live to you from New York City. And guess where I am? I am at the Battery Park, which is in fact overlooking the Statue of Liberty right behind me. Yes, there is restoration work also happening over here, so perhaps that view may be a little hazy, but today we decided to step outdoor and get you a feel of what it is like to be in New York City. It's already nippy, in fact it's turning quite cold, but would be interesting to weigh in on whether it's going to be cold for New Delhi and DC as well, because with Donald Trump 2.0, many in India and the United States are asking what this very crucial, pivotal, diplomatic, strategic relationship that New Delhi shares with Washington DC is going to shape up to be under Donald Trump 2.0. Not to forget the role that Indian Americans are already playing in the grand old party. Will they be part of the cabinet?